Hi, welcome to another tiny tutorial. One of the things that you may have noticed is that Blockly doesn't support decimal numbers. So numbers that have a decimal point in them, say 2.5 or 6.7. So one of the things that we can do is we can work around that by letting things get multiplied up. So for instance, 6.7 times 10 is 67. And then we can divide them down. So there's actually a couple of blocks that do a little bit of trickery. And the way I'm going to demonstrate this is using just a potentiometer, so a knob, hooked into one of the analog to digital lines so that I can see the voltage that's being output from the potentiometer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a terminal print number block, and we'll delete this number and replace it with this analog to digital block, since I have it connected to channel 0 down here. We'll leave it just like that and check the new line. And then we'll put this inside of a repeat forever so that it continues printing its value. And since we don't want to bombard the terminal with a lot of data, we'll set it so that it waits for 1/10 of a second before repeating back and doing that again. So now you'll notice as I turn the knob, turn it one way, the number gets lower, and turn it the other way, the number goes higher. And this represents the voltage. But what's coming out of this pin is not 352 volts. It's 3.52 volts. So the question is, how do we get that decimal on the screen? And the way we're going to do that, we can't do it with this terminal print number block that you see right here. So instead, I'm going to delete that. And under terminal here, you'll notice that I have this big goofy block that looks like this. And this is a block that has a bunch of different options when you click this mutator icon. So what we're going to do is grab this floating point number and put that in, and we'll take out the decimal point number. And I even want to go a little bit further. There's this little checkbox that says specify digits. That even gives me more options. So now if I connect this up, it says float point divide by 100. And you'll notice that the voltage was multiplied up by 100. So now right before it prints, it's going to divide it back down. And digits is how many before the decimal, so just 1, since it's going to range from 0 to 5. And places is how many after the decimal. So in this case, we'll want 2, since it'll give me something like 2.50 or 3.51. And then again, we'll check the new line. And now I left this box in here for text, so I can put in a title if I want. I can say voltage equals, and then I'm going to add a little space after the equals. And now when I run this, it gives me something that's a little more accurate. It represents the voltage that's actually being placed out there. Pretty neat, huh? And that's it.